Hi, I'm Liz. I go by Stitch by Liz with an underscore over on Instagram, and this is Flosstube number 3. Today is Saturday the 29th of January 2022. It's been 2 weeks since my last video, so we'll jump into this one. I thought I'd start with a life update. It has been pretty busy. Work has felt like I've worked, I don't know, like 48-hour days. It's been really stressful as well this week, but I'm so grateful it's the weekend. We were meant to go to my sister's last weekend for her birthday. Unfortunately, my brother-in-law did test positive for COVID, so that got cancelled. It's been postponed currently because people on his side now have COVID, so yeah, hopefully we'll get to see her soon for her birthday. I did have a scan during the week, just a routine CT scan for a tumour that was found about a year ago, incidentally, on a scan when checking my lungs. It is benign. It's just a routine scan, and I'll provide the update for that in my next Flosstube because I don't see the doctor until next week. I have also been watching Beth, Busy Bee Silly Me over on Instagram, Busy Bee Stitches on YouTube. I've been watching her stash playlist. I cannot for the life of me recall it, but she uses Google Keep to import all her patterns and photos of them and puts tags in them, and I am about 3 patterns away from finishing my own one, and it is incredible. You can put in photos and so you can see what the photos are, what the charts are visually. So you know what you've got in your stash, and it's, you know, cloud-based, so you can access it wherever. So then you're not buying multiples of the same charts. And the only ones I haven't input are the ones that I've purchased that will be shown in haul. I'd like to start with giving a massive thank you to the 2 people that I know of that have shouted me out. The first is Morgan, Honeybee Stitcher. She shouted me out in her last video, and it was just really lovely, so thank you very much, Morgan. And the second person, someone actually commented telling me that Debbie at Creatively Yours had shouted me out, and I did go over and watch her video and subscribed, and thank you very much, Debbie. I really appreciate it. And I also want to say a massive thank you to the 341 of you so far that have subscribed. Thank you so very much. I didn't expect to hit that as quick as I did. Now what I'm going to do is when I hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. So feel free to share it with your friends because, you know, 500 is not that far off. Alright, I will jump into my whips, and there are 6 this week. And one of them is a new start, and it also is haul. So I'll show you that one first, and that is the Autumn in Stars Hollow, which was the retreat from the Black Needle Society last year. I am doing the Summer in Stars Hollow retreat this year, and I wanted to get this one done before that retreat, you know, happened in June. Yes, June. So I started that as soon as I got the chart in the post, and this is my start. Now this is just the DMC, the called for DMC. I am doing it on 18 count white because everything is on 18 count white. But like, look at little Kirk and Cat Kirk. They're so cute. And I did end up having to order the overdyed for this because the only overdyed I had was a couple of Forbidden Fiber Co flosses that I got in a kit, and you know, they weren't anywhere near the called for, so I couldn't use them, but I have ordered the called for and I'll show them to you in haul. Another whip I worked on was my video game sampler. Now, there are swear words in this. So if you don't like them, look away. This was called for my number 19 for Whip Go for January, and the goal was 5 days. And this is what I have done so far. And this stitches up so incredibly quickly. So what I did in the 5 days was this part, all these, and then this whole section down here. I can't wait to pick this up and get the rest of it done. I've got the rest of this row to go, and then there's not much underneath that, but I absolutely love it. It's just such a fun project. Next up is Spiderman. Now I'm doing this as part of Leanne at Forbidden Fibre Co.'s Superhero Saturday sale. And I, over the course of 2 days, so I did it Saturday and Sunday, I got just on 1,500 stitches, I think. And I am so incredibly close to a page finish. And this has actually been called for Whip Go for February. This is my number 17. And the goal for that is a page finish. So I only just have this little building here to do, and then that will be a page finish. So I'll pick that up on the 1st of February and knock that out. I do have the day off on the 1st of February for a couple of appointments, so you know this will get done that day, and then I can move on to the next page, because this is on my Whip Go twice, and both times it's for a page finish. So if I can get closer to that, to another page finish, you know, by the time it's called again, you know, I'll be able to knock that out. So next up is Max, and he's my sister's cat. It was a chart that it was a photo I had charted from a lady over on the Cross Stitch Australia page on Facebook, and I managed to get a page finish, and it looks incredible. As much as this is confetti hell, I absolutely love the way that this has turned out. Like from the photo, you can see that, you know, this is like a little curb, and then you can see the outline of Max as well. So I'm really looking forward to getting some more work on this. Not so much with the confetti, but I'm just hanging to see what it looks like. The next page I think has both of his eyes, or potentially at least one of them, and I can't wait to stitch those because he's just got the prettiest eyes. The next one I worked on was the Cross Stitch Studio Mystery sale, so stitch along. Page 5 came out, which was the second release. I'm doing this 2/110 on 22 count, and this is what I have done so far. I've got a little bit left in here that I need to finish, and then that'll be done before the next release, which is the 1st of Feb. And that'll be, the next release is actually page 2, so we'll be going back up here. And apparently by about mid-February, which will be page 6 release, which is the one down here, we will sort of know what it is, and it is Under the Sea themed. And the final whip that I worked on is my gigantic Disney villains piece. I only worked on this for a day. I got in 421 stitches, and I don't really think it looks any different. I did some more of the black. I did some 939, 823, and then 2 very dark shades of green, which you can just see in here. But this is so much fun to work on. And I can't wait to pull it out again. I probably do need to get a move on to get some more work on it, because like that's 2 pages and there's I think 40 something pages in the chart, so it does need to get work, or this will never get finished. That's it for my whips for this week. I do have some haul. I have a lot of haul. I do have plans, and there's a couple of pieces of fabric that I dyed that do go with a couple of the charts that I've bought. Now, other than the Autumn in Stars Hollow charts, I did get another 2 charts, and there may be some glare because I'm not taking them out of the plastic. The first one is, oh, that is really glary. The first one is the fox. So number 1 in the, what is it called? A Year in the Woods, number 1. So I got the fox in, and I got these from a Stitch in Time in Tasmania. And I got number 2, which is the swans. I'm now on her list as well for to get these monthly. So she'll just invoice me monthly and then post them to me to make sure I don't miss out on any of them, because, you know, I do want to get them as they come out. And I did, once I knew that they were coming, I decided to dye a couple of pieces of fabric for them. I think the called for is a Picture This Plus. Yeah, 40 count Mirage in by Picture This Plus. Picture This Plus is impossible to get, and I don't stitch on linen, so I'll be doing them on an 18 count Aida. So this is the first one that I dyed. It is washing it out so much. It's a darkish, it's darker than it's showing up, and a little bit grayer, but there is quite a bit of modeling in them. So that's the first piece. Sorry for the weird cut right there. We did purchase a new camera today, and we're sort of still getting used to it, and it sometimes stops recording after a certain period of time. So I was discussing the second piece of fabric, and it is washing out, but I dyed this one as well, and it's just charcoal grey rip dye and the navy blue, but you know, they are darker than they're showing up, and they are for the fox and the swans. I will dye more as the next ones are released. I think number 3 we've been told what it is, and it's the jackrabbit, I believe. He's got these ginormous ears, and he's just really cute, so I can't wait for that chart to come, so then I can dye some fabric for that one too. Now, along with Autumn in Stars Hollow, I also got a couple of other things from the Black Needle Society. One of them is this 3-inch corner square thingy. And I decided to get the one with the little snail on it, because he's just really cute. And this, I've already used this, and it's incredible. It saves me so much time with starting. I do start in the top left corner for almost everything, and instead of having to start gridding from the middle out, I can now grid from the corner down. The next thing I got from Black Needle Society, I have put in this little Haunted Mansion pouch because I can, and it had no use for anything else. And that is the Black Needle Society Stitching Challenge deck. And I think this is from the Resolution Stitching box. And they're just challenge cards, so if you don't know what to stitch on, you know, you can pick a card and it'll give you a prompt. So like, stitch on a piece with a bell, stitch on a piece whose designer is no longer living and that's not focusing, which is really annoying. But yeah, sometimes I just don't know what to stitch, so these will come in really, really handy. I also got in, and I'm sorry for the crinkle, is the Weeks Dye Works for the Autumn in Stars Hollow, for that chart, and they are amazing. Morgan did offer to let me use hers, and that was very generous, thank you. But I ended up just purchasing some, just so I can give Overdyed a try. So I'm excited to do those. Now I have purchased a couple of other charts, one being the 50th anniversary stitch along for Disney, sure. Yeah, the Walt Disney World 50th anniversary stitch along that Abbie Sue is doing. I don't have a photo because it is a mystery stitch along. We did get the border, the floss list, and like a welcome pack. It is going to be huge. The border looks incredible, but I am going to need a massive piece of fabric for that. So I do need to add that to my list of what to purchase, and I do want to dye it before I start it. And I do sort of want to get the border done before the releases. I think it's releasing in June. So I do want to get the border done before then. Whether or not that happens, who knows. Now the other charts I purchased are from Spruce Craft Co. And I blame Mel Rouvray for these, because she shared the kits that she purchased on her Instagram, and I just fell in love with them. They're super cute. The first one, a photo will pop up. A photo is the ice creams, and they're all like Aussie ice creams that are normally from like Streets or Peters. So the first one is ice creams, and I have got fabric ready for this. I did have a piece of 28 count even weave in the colorway Fairy Floss from Fabric Flair, which I purchased from Sew It All Australia, sorry. So that's already cut it up, ready to go for all three of these. The next one is also in the same style, and it's called Biscuit Tin, and it's all sort of like Arnott's biscuits in Australia, and they're, you've got like the iced Vovo and the teddy bear and your Delta cream. And I can't wait to stitch this as well. It's just really cute. And the last one, and this is the reason I got sucked into doing this, is Lolli Jar. And it is just pure nostalgia. Ghost drops, musk sticks, fads, whiz fizz, like just everything that, I sort of used to have in my childhood. When I used to get a lolly or something, and ghost drops like literally turn your mouth the color of whatever ghost drop you're having. There was red, blue, green, and black. And they were just so much fun. So can't wait to start with those patterns. The fabric's all ready to go, and it's just DMC that they call for. So I can pretty much start those whenever I want. And the final chart that I signed up for, because it hasn't been released, is the Chronicles of Narnia. I think Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe from Stitching Book Club. So Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts, I think she is on Etsy. And that is a very limited run. She did only get permission to do a certain amount from the C.S. Lewis Trust, I think it is, because it's not in the public domain like the rest of the Stitching Book Club books. So there is a limit. If there are some still available, go and get them, because once they're gone, they're gone. So I signed up for that the minute it was available because I didn't want to miss it. The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe was the first novel I ever read. I was in grade 3, and I remember my teacher, her name was Mrs. Leary. She assigned it to the class for that year for us to read a novel together as a class, and it's what got me into reading. So I knew I couldn't pass this one up. Now, plans for the next few weeks. The Nap Time Stitcher, I believe, over on Instagram is doing a Winter Olympics challenge. Like, I need another challenge to do, but everyone was posting about it on Instagram and I have FOMO, so I'm going to be doing that as well. I've already written up, you know, each of the challenges and what I'm going to do for each one, so I've already sorted that out. I'll post that up day by day, as they're called, over on Instagram, but you know, each day has a different thing. So like, let's have a look. The 10th of February, for example, is alpine skiing, and it's to stitch on something related to nature. So each day has a different sort of Winter Olympic sport, or like the opening ceremony, and each one has a prompt. And I'm trying to get some work on quite a few charts, but I don't want sort of a separate whip for every single prompt, because then it'll literally just end up being another whip parade, and I did one of those 4 weeks ago. So there's a couple of double ups just so I can get some progress on some things, because there's a lot on my whipco board that's set for a finish. So I think that's from the 4th of February until the 20th. I also need to do the page finish for Spiderman in February, and then I need to also do 5 days on Mini Santa Nutcracker. And that's all I've got for today. Thank you so much for watching. Go over to my Instagram, give it a follow if you haven't already. You know, shoot me a DM if you want to chat. I love chatting to you all. Do all the YouTubey things, like, comment, subscribe. If you have come from somebody, please let me know if someone else has given me a shout out that I haven't mentioned, because I do want to thank them. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you as well for the comments that you left, and especially, you know, they were really lovely with regards to my husband comments on the screen. He really enjoyed them, and a lot of you seem to really like them, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get him to continue. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in a couple of weeks. Bye. What did you do?